Hey everybody, it's Scott. Welcome to this video again. You're also very welcome. So, as I promised, I wanted to show you a new deck. I've got two in the works that I just received prior to the holidays. So, I wanted to show you the two new Oracle decks that I have gotten. So, the first one I'll just do this video for one. So, this is one I'm just so in love with. I just received the Sacred Power reading cards. This is by Anna Stark, and it's from Rockpool Publishing. So I guess I'll do the obligatory thing. It's got a box, artwork, really great. So, and there's cardstock. You'll either like it or you won't like it. But I'm sorry, I'm being a little irreverent. So you'll see that on every other tarot review, but mine, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. I do like the book. It's like the same other Rockpool Publishing book. It's got color on the inside, the explanation. So if you've gotten anything else from Rockpool, you'll see that each of the cards is explained one by one. Some of these I will probably read myself, but a lot of these I might not do any reading for a while and just sort of meditate with the cards like I always do and just see what comes up for me. Like I said in a video previously, a lot of what I like to do with Oracle cards is just to actually reflect on the image and reflect on the art and reflect on what's there that really inspires me, that shifts my brain into a different state. So that's just me. That's how I work. And you might work differently. You might need a book. You might want to read a book first, or you might have a system. So I do want to show you some of these images and kind of show you and tell you just what they bring to my mind right away. So this might be different from the book. This might be different than what anyone else reads, but it's just how it kind of works for me. So I'm going to go through each of these cards and just sort of briefly show them to you, and then kind of like give you my impressions of each of them like I always do. So it's a little different from that in that you get to see the inner workings of my mind and my brain when I shift into that different intuitive state based on the images when they hit me, when I absorb them, possibly when they hit the pineal gland and the rods and cones that are there, and see what happens. So I haven't read with these very much. I've just looked through them once or twice, but let's go. First one I have is Angel Assistance. What this brings to me with this artwork, there's a little bit of a reference to Metatron here for me, Archangel Metatron with the sacred geometry. He kind of embodies all of these angels that I've seen. So with the little staff here too. So it's like this magical angel that embodies all the angels. And you see that there's this little grid of, cosmic space at the bottom in the corner. That just shows me like the whole grid of the cosmos and how there's this luminous, kind of fabric that's woven through. And the angels have a cosmic fabric that they ride upon to get to us. And, they're guardians of this rainbow bridge from between heaven and earth. And so this angel assistance, this angel, I believe, is going to be the assistant to get us from here to the Rainbow Bridge to communicate with insights from an afterlife, insights from a life previous, so that angels can have that cosmic assistance for us. The next one I have is Affirmations. This affirmation is like affirmations coming from the whole of the cosmos, and they're affecting all of our chakras and all the colors that we have in each of the chakras, affecting affirmations that affect us astrally, not just here in the present time, but to get an astral affirmation from the cosmos would be just amazing. How these words like love and I am just stream into us from galaxies and star systems, and they stream into all of our chakras and our energy systems. When we evolve outside of our body, these affirmations and words of I am and love will be at the center of how we experience life as, an astral, non-bodied being. The next card is Animal Kingdom. Really great card. We have bears, eagles. We have an elk or a deer kind of person and a wolf. So a lot of folks like just animal guides are huge, but you also see in this picture this astral cosmic animal guides that are permeating throughout all the cosmos. And imagine like an animal guide, say on another planet, far, far away, that hasn't experienced life. And maybe these are common animals, maybe these are foreign to them, but that our animal guides can affect us no matter if we're here on Earth or if we've kind of jumped into that space. They come to us in dreams. They're cosmic beings as well because they travel to us and affect us on the astral plane. Communication. Beautiful card. And this is butterfly wings and just the communication of butterflies and just this flapping of wings. I saw an image today of a piece of artwork that's a magnification of a butterfly wing, and it looks scalish and it looks like there are many, like the cells with mitochondria and nuclei. So this communication into all of our cells that just floats around just like butterfly wings, and how those delicate types of flight creatures can bring us so much life. I'm really thinking on the fly. It's nice. Change. This is a cosmic card of change of seasons, going from one season to the next. How we navigate that change through the path between seasons, between the seasons of our life, between the seasons of cosmos, between the seasons of our Earth and its journey throughout, it's traveling through the galaxy. So change is the only constant. And I like this card because, two, it looks like this person is walking in one direction. And even our sun travels in one direction. It can't reverse itself. So the fact that we have a sun traveling in one direction, creating a linear time, and then we travel in one direction in time. So this linear time is something that is cosmic. Our sun, our solar system, they travel in a direction, through its own season. The sun can't reverse. The sun has to go through a journey of change. Boundaries. This is kind of a fun card. You see the little ladder. Somebody's like coming up over the castle wall, and someone's saying, "Nope, sorry, please don't do that. Please, please don't." But they're allowing them to cross that wall, the boundaries. They're also going into like a kingdom that's astral. So whenever you let someone in your boundaries, you're not just letting them into your life physically, but you're letting them into your life emotionally, astrally. That part of you that goes beyond is also affected. And so when we experience trauma, when we experience somebody really crossing in our boundaries, it's a healing that needs to take place, not just here in the physical realm, but how do we feel astrally? How do we feel as cosmic beings after those boundaries are crossed? Purification. Love this water card and this glowing water of purification. It's almost like lightning coming from the sky. So it's not just water, but it's like a water of life and purification that's kind of originating from space. So water is an element that's come to us, and through that original star seed explosion, if you believe in that. So I love this purification. It's like this water coming from the heavens that is purifying us as cosmic beings. Protection. Just very shining, this protective armor that actually propels anything you don't want in it. I love this, the rays of light just shining across that actually illuminates what it is that's in front of you. And it's not only an armor you have in your body, but it's an armor you have around you that shows you exactly the truth of someone else who's around you, whether you'll let them in or not. You have this protective, shining bubble around you. Personal power. This white tiger. and it's like in this little vortex of cosmic energy swirling around this white tiger. Reminds me of the coming of the white animals, if you believe in some of the Native American tales. Coming of white animals that signify great change and great love, this personal power that we can wield, where the tiger, and there are also constellations that remind me of tigers too, so where this tiger can come and inhabit us from the cosmos to show us that we're powerful beings. That might be fun. Medicine. Another Native American card with the dream catcher too, kind of in the necklace dream catcher. Medicine of dreams and a dove as well. So the peaceful dreams of the cosmos and galaxies that are swirling around, and this idea of native peoples and the folks that have inhabited the land long before anyone else. And if we are native to our cosmos, the kind of medicine that we need for our soul comes through. Love this card. Mixing of cultural icons sometimes gets people a little bit uneasy, but I really like how we can show that this is a cosmic kind of cultural reference, that we need to adhere to it, not only on this planet and where we live, but if there are like cultures that we don't understand, these cultures come from source, and we need to treat them as such. My soapbox. Manifestation. Kind of like a magician or a wizard, or if you believe in Harry Potter, it looks like Dumbledore. So, yeah, I like it. I'll have to sit with it for a while. Manifestation, a little aura. It's kind of a yang version of style of manifestation. He's really intending it, wielding light, and kind of stepping into a powerful type of manifestation. There might be a little yin energy that I'd love to see as well for manifestation as well. But yeah, lots of yang energy, manifesting, really creating light out of darkness. That's a big thing with this card, I think. How do you create light out of pure darkness? How do you manifest in that environment? This one is lightning. Ooh. And just this Egyptian powerful symbol of lightning and how it strikes and where it comes from. This winged being. This. What happens when I was actually hit by lightning when I was a kid at like 5 years old. So that explains a lot, doesn't it? And what do we do when we are hit by lightning and that just jolt of energy, and what kinds of, like, does our being fly out for a moment? So that's something to think about. That's a little experience that I had. We'll get into that later. This is a great one. Intuition. This violet color is like the color of your third eye. Amethyst is a color here. Here in Minnesota, up north, we have amethyst mines right across the border in Canada, in Thunder Bay. So amethyst being this vibration of, the high A, 880 hertz. If you're seeing like soprano high A is like a very different tone for a lot of people. It kind of crosses this threshold. So I really encourage you, if you listen to sopranos singing, listen to them singing a song and then hitting a soprano high A, which is 880 hertz, which is reminiscent of this amethyst violet color. It's a very different sound that they make as compared to even just a half step below. So intuition being activated. What does that feel like? It just vibrates differently for you. I don't know why I brought that up, but it was kind of fun. Intimacy. This one is beautiful because not only do you have this intimate relationship between two people, but it's an intimate relationship maybe even with yourself as a cosmic being. This kiss, this cosmic kiss where you can reunite with yourself, or even like a cosmic being or past life love that is still present, that reaches all parts of the cosmos. It's a love that reaches cosmos. That I think that's what intimacy really is. It's a type of love that stretches across time and space. And if you have that, your kiss feels like this. I love these cards. This is great. Illusion. The little staircases that go to nowhere and doorways that have no staircases. There's a place in California called the Winchester Mystery House that reminds me of this illusion of hiding places, of, are we actually trying to achieve too much in our life, or is that achievement really an illusion that gets us away from our just natural being of who we really are? Freedom. The wild horses in this just totally show freedom. The yin and the yang symbol. So glad that's there. So the running of wild horses, these free beings, if you ever have seen films of wild horses and you just know that this is like a total freedom to be and to run and to just have your fill of like running across time and space. Total freedom. What would that feel like? Exploration. This is really fun. Not only are we here on Earth, we're exploring the cosmos, but I like the little idea that there's this little clock, or maybe it's a ship at the top. So we're exploring time and space. We're exploring time, this finite action of time, this crazy infinite action of the cosmos, and like a person on Earth. So not only exploring for places, but exploring timelines. What kinds of timelines are we creating and exploring even in the present? Energy balance, classic chakras, and depending on the other cards that are here alongside with this, I can go through all of these chakras and just talk about specific things with that. So I have a feeling it's going to be a card that's going to be dependent on the question, dependent on the card before and the card after. Whatever I read this with, if I combine it with another deck, this is incredible. It's got even like the Lotus and the symbols that are correct, which is amazing. So, but this cosmic energy balance, think of our sun having chakras. Think of our galaxy having its own chakras that need to stay in balance. Think of, our alternate timelines having their own energy balance that needs to be maintained. It's another question to ask. Divine consciousness. So there's a hand reaching down from the central sun to this person on Earth. And so, if we feel like we're touched by the hand of God, we have a divine consciousness. That is the nature of divine consciousness. We are beings that are touched by the hand of God, of Source, and that there's no separation between us and that touching hand of God. Divas. Divas are generally the elementals, that kind of are, plants, animals, rocks, those kingdoms, these divas. This is an interesting image for divas. It's more kind of a Christ shroud kind of image and a third eye crystal. So for me, this is a very different image for diva, but I'm going to meditate with this because it's striking. So the crystalline divas, maybe it's more about rocks and stones and crystals, these crystal divas, and how we can tap into the manifestation of this crystalline energy, not only the ethereal parts of the cosmos, but the structure and the crystalline energy of the diva of structure in our cosmos. That's what's coming through with that. Compassion. Here we have a very traditional image of kind of like a Kuan Yin sitting in a lotus flower. Compassion. Generally this is often like balance and Zen and things like that, but compassion. Put yourself, your little self, in the flower. Have compassion on that small self that you want to be, that is part of your story right now, because put them in your compassion zone, because you're going to be a bigger cosmic being. Community. This is a very interesting card for me. I've not seen this really community and having it come up. It's kind of like a hearth fire scene where people are dancing. So maybe it is like this cosmic hearth fire where you see the dear friends of ours reflecting in the fire, their faces reflecting back at us what's really inside of us, and how they reflect back the cosmic nature of friendship and of hearth and home. Abundance. The golden hands of Source will always give you abundance. We don't thank the universe enough. The universe gives us so many gifts. We have so much abundance, and we only see one aspect at a time, a lot of times. So this idea of golden nuggets from heaven, golden nuggets from the universe that just shower us. We have this daily. We just have to choose to see it. Unconditional love. Mother and child, Mother Mary, just this unconditional way of being, this blue encompassing light, thinking of our whole nature in the cosmos, of this cosmos is mothering us. We are mere infants in the whole realm of understanding of what is possible in our whole cosmic universe, yet we're held with unconditional love and free will. Sound. This is a great card. If you like the biblical verse of in the beginning there was the word, this sound that actually created a possible explosion, that created all life, that created all starseed. It had to come with some sort of vibration. Sound is a manifestation of vibration. Sound, and this cosmic sound being created. It has to be created. It's something that's apart from time and space. It's a manifestation of pure vibration. So everything that vibrates has a sound, from the smallest to the largest. Planets have sounds that come from them. Our cells emit sounds and hertz. We measure them in hertz. So this is going to be a great card too. Little musical notes down here. So sound, music, how that affects us. Soul journey. This is amazing. This whole yellow brick road of beings, of follow the yellow brick road to the magic castle. You're following it to the magic castle in the middle of the cosmos. So what you find on the way is just a journey. Everything is just a cosmic journey. Death is a soul's journey. Life is a soul's journey. The process of creation is this soul's journey, and we get to enjoy it no matter what state we're in. I really think that we do enjoy that when we cross over into death. Self-love. Incredible card. You see this little child-like being inside this person. So loving our inner child, the cosmic inner child that lives on and on with us, goes on and on with us. When we go, our inner child is part of our being. It's always a part of us. Sacred wisdom. This owl being, and plus this whole geometric, sacred geometry, the phases of the moon. So many levels in this, and you can take so many levels from this. Just the animal totems, the phases of the moon, the Maid Mother Crone aspects of that, and the sacred geometry aspects of that. As far as crop circles that come, this is a very common crop circle. It's a very this is a flattened image, but if you see this non-flattened, it's actually a large spherical sacred wisdom that actually is kind of reminiscent of higher dimensions, higher dimensional beings coming through to show us the possibility of higher dimensional thinking and higher dimensional wisdom. Retreat. Maybe heaven is a retreat. This is what I would picture heaven, only my dog would be here. So just this idea of a retreat is just around the corner. It's just in nature. We can create a retreat for ourselves. The fact that we see this retreat in its nature, just shows us how this is such a powerful image for all of us. There's a lot to think about with that. Rest. Dolphins being jumping in rest, that's a very interesting juxtaposition. But whenever I see dolphins, I actually am reminded of that Patricia Corey story about dolphins being some of our oldest beings that are on Earth, and they're actually extraterrestrial beings that have come down and been here and have lived many lifetimes on many different worlds, and they're here for us to learn from them. So guess we just rest in the fact that if they can go on, we can go on. Reflection. Kind of a nice card. Is sometimes reflection in other decks is kind of like the Hanged Man. We have this wolf that's on a lookout. So we have to be aware of what's reflected in our eyes as far as like what we see externally, what makes us angry, and we have to see what's reflected inside of us that is creating any sort of anger or fear or discontent. So it's not the outside world. It's something that's reflected inside of us. Rainbow Dragon. Incredible card. I really kind of think this is like your higher self, bringing yourself up to that rainbow dragon, this all-present, all-powerful, colorful being that can fly, that has magic. This rainbow dragon is a fierce embodiment of our higher self. This is coming off the fly, just letting you know. Transformation. This image of like a phoenix-like bird that's coming out from the ashes. So transformation. When we kind of die our deaths in life, how do we transform? We can die 1,000 deaths, like that poem, A Man Dies 1,000 Deaths. And how do we come out of that transformed, this red phoenix, out of the fire, out of the brimstone? Sometimes we need that in order to transform and to become something incredibly powerful. Source. Angels flying around, kind of like the whole pure white beings, angels, source, doves, birds. We all come from source. Source always shines upon us. We can call upon any source that we need at any time to assist us. Tree of Life. It's a beautiful card with Tree of Life. Just lights pouring through this card. So how does the Tree of Light attract light? I even said Tree of Light instead of Tree of Life. So life as a force that creates life. So not only are we created by a light of explosion, but life as a force of doing it, creating light. This is the paradox of the universe. We reach down below, but we reach up. But yet we're infinite. But yet we came from a source. So therein also lies a paradox. And the final card here is Truth. Love this card. We're pulling off a mask to see the truth. Sometimes the mask is part of our truth. And we see this kind of like, I don't know, it's more of an idealized body type, but maybe the truth is that we are perfect and we need to take off our mask and get to know that perfect, truthful self. What is the truth within us? What do we hold in our mask? We think that like this mask emits light, but the truth is that we're wonderful, powerful, perfect beings. So I hope you like my walkthrough of the Sacred Power reading cards. These are my interpretations just on the fly. And if I were to just pick these up right away, that's what I would talk about. But it also depends on questions. It also depends on cards before, cards after, my own mental state, and any messages that come from me. So what I probably will do, and I know this is probably an OCD trigger for some folks, so beware. But if you have the cosmic reading cards already, they are the same size. And I think because each of these is 36 cards, what I'll probably do is I'll probably mix these together because I believe that they actually really complement each other. And what one does, the other doesn't do. So if I showed you these together, so let's see this. Here we have this cosmic teacher paired with divine assistance. See how so very strikingly similar they are and how they can complement one another. And I really think that, I might just shuffle them together. That might be fun. I'm not going to show you on this video because that might trigger a few folks who are really purists. Oh, I think you should take all of your cards and shuffle them together. Have a big tarot and oracle card mix up and just throw it all together, see what sticks and hits. That's another video. I'll do that sometime with these cards, and maybe I'll do a video of just me putting together every one of my cards, and I'll have a big party where I have to sort them out together and put them back in their original boxes. And some people would never do that because they think I might lose one. Oh my gosh. But just like all these things in life, I think these things are temporal. We have to treat them as such. And we're all meant to be a diversity of life together. We're all meant to be intermingling. And what's beautiful for me might not be beautiful for you, but we can also come together and make something beautiful together, just like these cards. And so I hope you really like this video. I will show you another card deck soon, but until next time, have a really great night and namaste.